Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to explore the exciting world of science fiction strategy games. Science fiction real-time strategy games set in fictional futuristic universe or alternate reality that contains aspects of science fiction such as futuristic technology, advanced weapons, space travel, and alien life are known as sci-fi RTS games. These games typically contain resource management, base construction, and battle, but with a sci-fi twist, so let's get started. First up, we have Earth 2150. Earth 2150 is a real-time strategy game that takes players to the year 2150, when war, famine, and environmental disaster have destroyed the planet. In the game, players take on the role of one of three groups: the Eurasian Dynasty, the United Civil States, or the Lunar Corporation. Each group has its own strengths and weakness, and players must find their way through the complex diplomacy of a post-apocalyptic world in order to become the most powerful nation. Earth 2150 is different from other real-time strategy games because it pays attention to the little things. The game has a wide variety of units, buildings, and technologies that the players come up with their own strategies. The graphics are also very good, with detailed maps and landscapes that make the game feel even more real. The innovative terrain engine is one of the best things about Earth 2150. The game lets players change the shape of the land in real time, which can have a big effect on how they play. For example, players can dig tunnels or build defensive walls, which gives the game a new layer of strategy. Overall, Earth 2150 is a unique and fun real-time strategy game that will keep players coming back for more. It is a must-play for fans of the genre because of its attention to detail, good graphics, and innovative terrain engine. Next, we have Planetary Annihilation Titans. Planetary Annihilation Titans is a huge real-time strategy game that takes players on a journey across the galaxy. The goal of the game is to take over planets and become the most powerful power by using powerful armies and spaceships. Planetary Annihilation Titans is different from other real-time strategy games because of how big everything is. Battles in the game take place on whole planets, with hundreds of units and structures on the map at the same time. This makes it possible for players to fight battles on a scale that has never been seen before. Planetary Annihilation Titans has a unique way of handling orbits, which is another thing that makes it stand out. The game lets players build huge platforms in the orbit and launch attacks from space. This gives the game a new level of strategy. This makes the game feel bigger and unmatched than any other real-time strategy game. Overall, Planetary Annihilation Titans is a great real-time strategy game that will keep players coming back for more. Its massive scale, unique orbital mechanics, and impressive graphics make it a must-play for the fans of the genre. Planetary Annihilation Titans is a great game to play if you want an epic real-time strategy game that will test your strategic skills on a grand scale. Our next game on the list is Halo Wars Definitive Edition. Halo Wars is a popular real-time strategy game that takes place in the Halo universe. The game lets players take control of armies of best-known Halo units and vehicles and fights in strategic battles in a wide range of environments. Halo Wars is different from other real-time strategy games because it is easy to play. The game's controls are simple and easy to use, making it a great choice for people who have never played a game like this before. This doesn't mean that the game becomes less depth, though, because players can try out many different units and strategies. The story is another great thing about Halo Wars. The game takes place before the first Halo game and follows the crew of the UNSC ship Spirit of Fire as they fight a new enemy called the Covenant. The story is interesting and well written, and there are lots of references to the bigger Halo world. Overall, Halo Wars is a great real-time strategy game that does justice to the popular Halo series. It's easy to learn and has an interesting story, so it's a great game for people who have never played a strategy game before. For more experienced players, the game's depth and variety of units will keep them interested for hours. If you like the Halo universe or just want a great real-time strategy game, you should check out Halo Wars Definitive Edition. Moving on number 7, we have Starship Troopers Terran Command. Starship Troopers Terran Command is a real-time strategy game that takes place in the universe of the classic science fiction film series. In the game, players are in the charge of human force fighting deadly arachnid on the planet Krynn-2. Starship Troopers Terran Command is different from other real-time strategy games because it puts an emphasis on making tactical decisions. In the game, players have to carefully manage their resources and units and make strategic decisions in order to defeat the overwhelming threat of arachnids. This makes the game more complicated and keeps it interesting and challenging. The graphics are another great thing regarding Starship Troopers Terran Command. Fans of the Starship Troopers franchise, we like how the game's detailed models and environments bring the Starship Troopers universe to life. The sound design of the game is also very good, with intense sound effects that make the experience feel more real. Overall, Starship Troopers Terran Command is an interesting and challenging real-time strategy game that does justice to the classic science fiction franchise. Its focus on tactical decisions and impressive graphics make it a must-play for fans of the genre, and its attention to detail and sound design will satisfy even the most dedicated Starship Troopers fan. Terran Command is a great game to try if you are looking for something that will test your strategic skills and put you in the universe of Starship Troopers. Next, we have Star Wars Empire at War. Star Wars Empire at War is a real-time strategy game set on the famous Star Wars world. The game allows players to command armies and spacecraft in epic battles through many planets and environments. The attention to detail compares Star Wars Empire at War from other real-time strategy games. The game closely recreates the Star Wars universe, with players able to command iconic units and vehicles from the movie. This results in a level of immersion unrivaled by other real-time strategy games. The strategic depth of Star Wars Empire at War is another notable characteristic. Players must carefully manage their resources and force while making tactical decisions that can turn the tide of a battle. Its complexity increases the replayability of the game by allowing players to experiment with alternative plans and strategies. The visual and sound design of the games are also remarkable, with realistic models and landscapes that bring the Star Wars world to life in a way that fans of the franchise will enjoy. The audio for the game is also excellent, featuring iconic Star Wars music that contribute to the immersion of the experience. Overall, Star Wars Empire at War is a fantastic real-time strategy game that gives the iconic Star Wars franchise respect. Its attention to detail, strategic intricacy, and amazing visuals and sound design make it a must-play for the genre and Star Wars enthusiasts alike. If you are searching for an epic real-time strategy game set in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars Empire at War is a must-play. At number 5, we have Warhammer Dawn of War Dark Crusade. Dawn of War Dark Crusade is a real-time strategy game set in the grimdark Warhammer universe. The game lets players command armies of epic Warhammer army in strategic combat across a range of different locations. The emphasis on asymmetrical gameplay differentiates Dawn of War Dark Crusade from other real-time strategy games. The game has 7 different factions, each with its own set of units, structures, and abilities. This provides a level of variation and replay value unrivaled by other real-time strategy games. The single-player campaign in Dawn of War Dark Crusade is also a remarkable element. The game has a non-linear campaign that allows players to capture land while also gaining new units and abilities. The campaign also includes distinct tales for each group, thus increasing the game's immersive and replay value. The visuals and the sound designs of the game are remarkable, with realistic models and landscapes that bring the Warhammer universe to life in a way that fans of the genre will enjoy. The audio is also excellent, with ambient music that adds to the game's dark and gritty tone. Overall, Dawn of War Dark Crusade is a fantastic real-time strategy game that honors the renowned Warhammer genre. Its emphasis on asymmetrical gameplay, rich single-player narrative, and stunning visuals and sound design make it a must-play for the genre and Warhammer fans alike. If you are searching for an epic real-time strategy game set in a hellish universe, Dawn of War Dark Crusade is a must-play. Next, we have Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 is a real-time strategy game based in the Warhammer dystopian universe. The game lets players command fleets of renowned Warhammer ships in strategic combat across a wide range of locations. The emphasis on space combat differentiates Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 from other RTS games. The game has variety of ship classes, each with its own set weaponry, skills, and strengths and weakness. This provides a level of variation and depth not found in other RTS games. The game's depth and engaging single-player campaign is another notable aspect of Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. Players can command a faction of their choosing throughout the campaign, capturing land and acquiring new ships and abilities as they go. The campaign also includes distinct storyline for each faction, further improving the game's immersion and replay value. The graphics and sound design of the game are particularly remarkable, with realistic models and environments that bring the Warhammer universe to life in a way that fans of franchise will love. The audio for the game is also excellent, with ambient music that adds to the epic and powerful tone of the game. Overall, Battlefield Gothic Armada 2 is a fantastic RTS game that enriches the renowned Warhammer franchise. Its emphasis on space warfare, depth single-player campaign, and stunning graphics and sound design make it must-play for fans of the genre and Warhammer universe. If you are looking for an epic space warfare game set in the dark and dystopian universe, Battlefield Gothic Armada 2 should be on your list. Our third game on the list is Homeworld Deserts of Karak. Homeworld Deserts of Karak is a RTS game and a prequel to the popular Homeworld series. The game is set on a desert planet and follows a squad of scientists and soldiers as they go on dangerous mission to find the secrets of an ancient civilization. The depth and interesting storyline is one of Homeworld Desert of Karak's main features. The story of the game is well written, with well-developed characters and a rich, detailed world that attracts players and quickly. In addition, the game includes stunning cutscenes and voice acting that bring the story to life in a way that few other RTS games can match. The game's unique and creative gameplay mechanics are another impressive features. Homeworld Deserts of Karak has a terrain deformation system that allows players to change the battlefield in real time, bringing the game to a whole new level of strategy and tactical depth. The graphics and the sound design of the game are also amazing, with realistic models and environments creating an immersive and compelling atmosphere. The game's audio is particularly noteworthy, with a haunting and atmospheric score that contributes to the overall sense of suspense and drama. Overall, Homeworld Deserts of Karak is a fantastic RTS game that stands out because of its compelling plot, innovative gaming mechanics, and amazing graphics and sound design. If you enjoy the Homeworld series and are looking for a great RTS game, Homeworld Deserts of Karak should be on your list. Next on, we have Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. The RTS game Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 takes place in an alternative universe where the Soviet Union and the Allied force are engaged in heated battle for supremacy. The game contains a rich and interesting single-player story, as well as a variety of online multiplayer options. Red Alert 3's over-the-top and campy presentation is one of its notable features. The game contains an all-star cast of actors, including J.K. Simmons and Tim Curry, who offer over-the-top and entertaining performances that contribute to the game's overall feeling of fun and absurdity. The game's excellent gameplay features include a variety of units and structures that allow players to fight battles in a number of various ways. The game's co-commander system, which lets players to link up with another player and share control of their troops, provides an entirely new level of strategic depth. The game's graphics and sound designs are also noteworthy, creating a sense of immersion and realism with their detailed models and environments. The game's soundtrack is likewise impressive, with an epic and sweeping score that contributes to the overall drama and tension of the game. Overall, Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 is a unique and entertaining RTS game that provides a memorable experience. It is a must-play for fans of the genre and the Command & Conquer series due to its over-the-top presentation, compelling gameplay mechanics, and amazing graphics and audio design. And finally, our top game on the list is StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is a RTS game released in 2010 by Blizzard Entertainment. The game is set in a futuristic universe in which players must lead one of three strong factions, Terran, Zerg, or Protoss, to triumph over their rivals. The interesting and impressive single-player campaign in StarCraft 2 is one of the game's main features. The game has a detailed and captivating plot that follows Jim Raynor exploit as he leads a ragtag crew of rebels against a tyrannical Terran Dominion. The campaign of the game includes a range of missions and objectives, each with its own set of challenges and rewards. The multiplayer feature of the game is also worth mentioning, as it includes a variety of various game types and choice that allows players to compete against each other online. The competitive environment in the game is particularly outstanding, with a thriving esports community that has helped keep the game popular and relevant more than a decade after its initial release. The graphics and sound design of the game are also excellent, with detailed models and environments creating an immersive and exciting environment. The audio of the game is particularly noteworthy, with an epic and sweeping soundtrack that contributes to the overall feeling of drama and tension. Overall, StarCraft 2 is an outstanding RTS game with rich and engaging single-player and multiplayer options. Its captivating plot, inventive gameplay mechanics, and stunning visuals and sound design make it a must-play for genre fans and everybody looking for a thorough and rewarding gaming experience. Well, there you have it, the top sci-fi RTS games that you need to play. Whether you are a fan of starships or laser guns, there's something for everyone in this game. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more gaming content. See you in the next video.